ACU CQ Rescue has been operating in this region for 18 years, and we are a 24/7 community helicopter provider. We service the Mackay, Whitsunday and Bowen Basin regions, so we're on call day and night for any aeromedical, search and rescue and air ambulance operations that are needed. We are here for the community in their times of need. So we cover an area about 4 times the size of Tasmania, so we can be offshore winching patients off merchant vessels or fishing vessels. For the 2015 operating budget for ACU CQ Rescue, we're budgeting around $7.5 million. Now about 50% of that comes from the Queensland State Government by way of a funding grant, and the balance is from corporate sponsorships, community donations and fundraising. So that's a significant amount of money that we rely on from corporate donors and community donors to ensure that this service continues to fly. NRW's $65,000 donation to ACU CQ Rescue is a fantastic achievement by the NRW Middlemount team. So that money will go towards rescue crew equipment. You guys have done an awesome job up there at Middlemount. So from everyone here at ACU CQ Rescue, thank you and stay safe.
The Leukemia Foundation is an organisation that's been set up to support patients and families who have been diagnosed with leukemia or a related blood cancer.
The Leukemia Foundation spends $1.6 million a year in research. This money is spent to not only to try and find a cure, but also to find better methods of treatment to reduce the effects of the chemotherapy that people have to go through. And because of those research dollars, children are going into remission now at the rate of 80 to 85%. Unfortunately, adults are still only 40%.
28th of August 2014, my 7-year-old son was diagnosed with ALL, which is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Overnight, we had a whole life change. We came down, ended up being told it would be at least 6 months we were down here for. The village offers 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments. I was lucky enough to get a 3-bedroom apartment because I have 2 older daughters who have moved in with me to help look after my younger daughter while I have to take my son into hospital for treatment, which consists of sometimes up to a week's stay in hospital.
Patients and families can live here, and we hope that it is at home away from home, and that all they need to do is focus on getting well. And that is our purpose, is to support these families in every way possible, be it through transportation, being it through financial assistance, but also emotionally caring for the trauma, dealing with the unknown, dealing with isolation.
There's the playground, games room here, the support just with the neighbours and the people that live here, the people you meet and the stories that you hear has been absolutely amazing. I have no idea where we would have been if this wasn't available.
The NRW Middlemount team funds will be put into furbishing one of our 14 new units that we're purchasing at the Brisbane Showgrounds. The units are only 900 metres away from the Royal Brisbane Hospital, which is a treatment hospital. So that's absolutely fantastic positioning to have our patients that close.
Most of all, I'd like to thank the NRW Middlemount team for their fantastic support. You are the faceless people that make a difference to saving people's lives, and that's the bottom line. And it is about beating blood cancers with love, sweat and tears. Thank you.
At Ronald McDonald House, we offer a home away from home for families whose children are undergoing treatment for serious illness at Princess Margaret Hospital. We provide the service for families who live outside the metropolitan area. So we have families coming from all over Western Australia when they need accommodation, and then they need to be close by PMH while their children are undergoing treatment. We started with 12 rooms and have moved to 18 rooms at this facility, but we're full every night. There's absolutely no doubt that the pressure that these families are under is enormous, and if you have to separate the family unit during long periods of treatment, then that just creates an additional burden, and it's very difficult for families to survive that as a family unit. So our role is about keeping them together and making that experience as positive as it can be.
It's really nice to have the other families here. I mean, we're all here like on sad circumstances, but I feel like maybe we're all brought together in this wonderful house that's brought us together, you know, to share our experiences and stuff, what we're going through, yeah. It makes it more bearable because you've got someone there that understands you, you've got a parent there that understands what you're going through, and you can be able to talk to them and they understand what you're going through. So having a great support system, I feel like it's what we parents need.
As we move into our new house, which is currently under construction, the size of what we provide is going to go from 18 rooms here to 47 rooms next to the new Perth Children's Hospital. So we're actually going to be looking to expand the staff and also the volunteers. Without the support of organisations like NRW, we just simply would not be able to operate our services. So the contribution that NRW made to the capital campaign to build the new house is absolutely essential to make sure that we can create the environment that is that home away from home. Just a big thank you to all the guys at the NRW Cape Lambert crew. Thank you for staying safe and thank you for donating us the money. We really appreciate it.
Beyond Blue was established 14 years ago with one objective in mind, and that is to have people understand the symptoms of depression and anxiety really well. We know that 1 in 8 men have depression and 1 in 5 men have anxiety, and we know that women have it slightly higher rates, but particularly men don't recognise these symptoms early and get onto them. The thing that's been concerning us over the last few years are the high suicide levels, particularly in men, and particularly in men of working years, aged 35 to 55. That means that, you know, your team out at Middlemount, the NRW team that has won Project of the Quarter and has nominated us for a charity, has got it absolutely right. It is having these messages in the workplace and talking to each other about it and looking out for each other that will make the difference to mental health.
I'm Dr. Brian Ironwood, and this is a plug for my new website, mantherapy.org.au. It's a place where men can go to really drill into man life problems like anxiety and depression.
Man Therapy is a great website. It's hosted by this character, Dr. Brian Ironwood, and he will help anyone anywhere, so in the most remote location, work their way through a mental health quiz called the Man Quiz, get tips on how to look after their own mental health and stay healthy. Man Quiz is an 18-point quiz that helps people assess their own mental health, and you basically get a rating and some suggestions on what to do next, all delivered with a sense of humour. We get 500 calls or web chats every single day, and that is growing. The more that people understand depression and anxiety and the symptoms, the more calls they're making to us. So we really appreciate the donations that help us to fund those calls. Thank you very much, NRW Middlemount, for donating to Beyond Blue. Please keep safe and keep that money coming because we really need it from you.
Well, we've got a good safety team at Middlemount and training team. We've also got our safety reps that are crew reps, so they've all been voted in by the people on the floor. We all work together to implement the safety management system, get feedback from the guys, make sure that we all work safe and enjoy work. There's a lot of satisfaction in seeing the logo go onto the helicopter, and it's not my work by any means. It's the work of the guys and the whole team to work safely, implement the safety management system, and of course NRW providing that mechanism to be able to donate money to the helicopter or Leukemia or Beyond Blue. We started off with a fairly poor Safe Day Everyday score, but we've gradually built that up and managed to get to where we are today. Very satisfying.
Being a safety rep's changed things, I think, in a lot more communication. If the little small things that people might not think are important that get missed, if somebody's there to keep a track of those, all those little small things add up and then something can be acted on them. Changing the safety culture and making sure nobody gets hurt at work and everybody goes home, we get a reward for that. And then seeing other people benefit from our hard work, I think it means a lot to the guys, and it means that the effort they put in is rewarded and they get a good kick out of it.
So the 90 grand, it means a heck of a lot to us out at Middlemount. One of the big pushes we had this year with the boys on education was hydraulic fluid injection injury.
Just that culture of everybody watching out for each other. It's make the workplace a bit better to go to work. Just the focus of everybody looking out for each other at work, and then the reward of being able to give to someone else to look after them. It's all pretty good.